building one of those communications aerials. Most of the action takes place more than 100 feet up. In reconstructing the events that follow, we've used stuntmen in the interests of safety, but we've been back to the actual steel tower near Andover in Hampshire to show as accurately as possible exactly what happened.
Come on, let's get to it! I want that ladder up!
It takes about a month to put up this kind of tower. Tony Blunden had recently joined the crew to help them finish the job. He was getting in position to install the final sections of the tower. There on the ground, two people, the winch driver and Gary West.
We weren't expecting anything to go wrong. It was quite a straightforward lift in respect to the piece of steel which was going up, and it should have taken no more than about 10 minutes to winch it up and land it. Tony was a very experienced man in his field.
Okay!
One of the best in the country.
Steady!
He was up the tower waiting for the steel to come up. I guided it through the first platform. Then Tony takes control of the piece of steel altogether until that piece is landed and fixed.
Keep it coming! Okay!
It all happened very quickly. I remember seeing Tony stood on the edge of the tower,
Steady!
giving signals to the winchman. The next thing, I looked across at the winch driver, and as I looked back again, I heard a crash.
Call an ambulance!
Tony fell more than 30 feet. He'd fractured his skull and was partially blinded. Shaken, confused, he started to crawl.
He was starting to crawl towards the edge of the tower. Another few seconds, he would have gone over.
Hold on, mate, I got you!
On rolling him over and seeing his face,
Oh my God!
I honestly thought he'd die from that sort of injury. There in my hands, and that was what I was most frightened about.
I'm just going to clip you onto the tower, okay? You just lie still, you'll be fine.
My main concern was to make him talk and just to keep him conscious. I felt that I needed to reassure him that someone was with him and that we were going to get him down.
You'll be all right. You count from 1 to 10. Okay? 1, 2, 3. You're going to count for me.
Within 10 minutes of the 999 call, ambulance man Brian Thorne, played here by an actor, and his colleague Piers Gregory got to the tower.
Better call the fire brigade.
173, could we have...
When I first saw the tower, I thought, how the hell am I going to get up there? Because I'm not very good at heights. I can just about paint the windows of the house at home. And it was certainly a bit more than that.
You're going to be okay, Tony. The ambulance has arrived. We're going to get you down.
When I saw the ambulance arrive, I felt relief because I expected the ambulance men to leap out of the ambulance, rush up the tower, patch his injuries up, and they weren't doing anything. To me, they were just standing around talking, and it made me feel very angry that they didn't take immediate steps to get up there and sort him out.
From the ground level, I just felt a wee bit nervous of going up because I hadn't fully appreciated the height.
That's it, just one rung at a time. You'll be all right. I'll be right behind you. Don't worry about it.
When you go to an incident, your priority is the patient and the patient's well-being. I had that in mind as we started to climb. I wanted to get up there and sort him out.
Behind you.
Came a stage where I thought, no, I can't go up. If I go any further, when I get there, I should be no darn good at all because I should just want to come off. I should just want to jump off. And so I wanted to get off there and then. I just wanted to let go then and jump down.
Don't worry. Oh, God. Don't think I could do this.
I'm not sure whether all the symptoms that I had whilst I was climbing is related to vertigo, but certainly both arms and legs felt so heavy that it was like lifting a sack of potatoes on each limb.
That's it, just one step at a time.
I told him that I'd be behind him
You're all right, mate, don't worry.
every step of the way to get him up there, and that if he fell, he was going to take me with him. Not only would there be one injured man up the tower, there'd probably be 2 dead people at the bottom of it.
Hello, Tony. I've come to help you. Okay.
When I climbed from the ladder onto the mesh flooring, it seemed to be moving, as if I was on the deck of a ship. I could see he'd obviously fallen head first. His head was well and truly smashed. And I thought, maybe we're going to lose this one.
You all right, Tony? You'll be fine. Don't worry.
Hi, Brian.
Hello, Chris.
What we got, mate?
Get you down.
Well, he's had a nasty accident,
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
and he's lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And we need to get him down pretty quickly.
Okie doke.
Still hear me, Tony?
I'll leave it to you, shall I?
Okay. Can we move him quite safely? Not going to aggravate his injuries too bad.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
When we got to the top of the tower, the first option I considered was bringing in either a turntable ladder or a hydraulic platform. But because of the height of the tower and the access to the site, I soon realised that that was out of the question. Another option that might have been available was the use of a helicopter. But because of the number of obstructions above us, I soon realised that that too was out of the question. So the only real option was to lower Tony down at the centre of the aerial itself.
1, 2, 3, lift. That's good.
I was concerned that Tony might regain consciousness at some stage during the rescue when he was halfway down, and which would be a real bad shock to his system. And because of that, I decided to use Gary to accompany him down so that if he did regain consciousness, at least he'd see a friendly face. It was our only real option.
Feet towards me. That's good. Well done.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Just your neck
good.
brace coming loose a
Okay.
little bit. You're all right.
Right. And one more. That's good.
Okay.
Right, hold him there.
I didn't mind so much climbing down with him. Again, there was still the fear that he might die while he was in my charge. It was quite a tricky operation because his whole body took up the ladder, and that was a problem for me because I had to climb down the side of the ladder, and I was very, very relieved when we got to the bottom.
I remember when the casualty reached the bottom and was carried away, a sigh of relief went through myself and Richard, my colleague, to think that he got to the bottom in one piece, and all we really wanted to do then was get down and get away. But at that stage, Brian sort of said to me,
Listen, Kev, I don't think I can do this.
What's up, mate?
I suffer from vertigo.
Okay.
I'm not very happy.
All right. Okay, no problem. Look, we got 2 choices. Okay, you can either spend the rest of your life up here.
Yeah.
Okay, or you can come down with us now.
looking
What we
back
do,
on it,
we get
I was
a line around
absolutely
you.
stunned to
Okay,
think that we had to go
secure.
through the whole thing again, and that Brian had got up there in the first place. That could have been a little bit foolish if he felt that way. But at the time, I just thought, well, here we go again, once more from the top with feeling.
Foot on the rung. Go on. Good man. Well done. Well done.
If it wasn't for those 2 fellas, I don't know how I would have got off that tower. I needed the support of somebody else. I got that support, and those 2 blokes, they're mates for life.
Tony Blunden spent the next 4 weeks in the neurological unit at Southampton General Hospital, where he underwent plastic surgery to rebuild his skull.
The ambulance man who climbed up to get me, he was very brave, and he was the right man there at the right time. And if he suffered from vertigo, I think he was even better for coming up. His legs and arms must have ached. Although he said he was shaking, I think it was the tower that was shaking because of the wind speed at the time. So I think he'd done a very good job. The relationship now with the ambulance man, we have become very friendly and we do keep in touch. I would think that it's helped me to come to terms with the accident, but it's a friendship that's grown over the years.